So, I want you to imagine for a second a biological system failure.
Okay, I'm picturing it.
Right. But like a failure that is so sudden and just so totally catastrophic that your brain completely abandons the most primal instinct to survive.
Oh, wow, just entirely.
Entirely. Just boom, gone. And simply because of a passing scent.
Hmm.
You don't flail, you don't...
You try to catch yourself?
Exactly. You don't reach out at all. Your motor cortex just entirely shuts off, and you surrender your physical form to the indifferent pull of gravity.
That is deeply terrifying.
It really is. And today, we're taking a microscope to exactly that phenomenon. We're looking at a 3-second loop of a chimpanzee perched on a branch, smelling its own finger, and subsequently plummeting backward into the abyss.
The absolute abyss.
Yeah. So welcome back to Off the Record. We have a very specific, highly rigorous mission for you today. We are undertaking an exhaustive academic deconstruction of a seminal text in modern internet culture.
A truly canonical text.
Right. I am talking about an excerpt from The Primates of Digital Comedy, which was authored by the internet scholar Patch Jenkins.
Who operates under the digital moniker Boca Raton.
Yes, exactly, Boca Raton. But we aren't just looking at the text today. We are engaging in a comprehensive, like, frame-by-frame visual and mechanical analysis of the accompanying media.
The media that is canonically known to archivists simply by its raw file name.
Which is Y04U7J.gif.
It is a profound piece of digital comedy, and frankly, I am just thrilled we are dedicating a full deep dive to this single looping image.
Me too.
Because when you truly look at it, and I mean really strip away the immediate comedic reflex.
Yeah, the urge to just laugh at it.
Exactly. When you strip that away and look at the underlying visual data, the physics of the center of mass, the compression algorithms that keep this creature trapped in a 3-second purgatory, you are watching a masterpiece of unforced physical theater.
A masterpiece. That's the perfect word for it.
It sounds remarkably simple on the surface, but the kinetic and psychological implications of that sequence are staggering. To truly understand this, we have to approach it not as consumers of content, but as behavioral anthropologists.
I couldn't agree more. But I actually want to introduce a slightly different analytical lens right out of the gate here.
Okay, let's hear it.
Yeah, I don't think we could just look at this as an isolated behavioral event in the animal kingdom. I was looking at this on a loop earlier, examining the CompuServe graphics interchange format structure.
Right, the fundamental architecture of the GIF.
Yeah, how the Lempel-Ziv-Welch, or LZW, compression algorithm basically forces this monkey to relive this trauma indefinitely without losing visual fidelity. And it just hit me.
What hit you?
Isn't the chimp just a direct stand-in for the modern information consumer?
Oh, wow. Okay, walk me through that. How are you mapping primate hygiene onto digital consumption?
Okay, let's unpack this together. So we are perched in our comfortable little trees, right?
Safe and sound.
Surrounded by the infinite sprawling branches of the internet. And we actively, deliberately seek out the scent of the unknown.
We do. We go looking for it.
We click the link, we scroll the forum, we dig into the deepest, darkest parts of the digital self, and then we are entirely overwhelmed by what we find.
Because the truth is too potent?
Exactly. The data is too raw. So our consciousness experiences a catastrophic error. We shut down and we plummet backward into the void. The monkey isn't just an animal. The monkey is us, refreshing a timeline that only brings us existential dread.
That is a phenomenal way to reframe the imagery. What's so fascinating here is how perfectly your metaphor maps onto the actual physiological response we're observing in the GIF.
You think so?
Oh, absolutely. In a computer, when a program tries to use more memory space than is allocated to the call stack, you get what is called a stack overflow.
Right. The system just completely crashes.
It crashes because it cannot process the recursive data. So what we are witnessing with the chimpanzee is a biological stack overflow.
A biological stack overflow. That is so good.
It seeks out the raw data of existence, the unfiltered essence of its own biology, and the sheer toxicity of that olfactory input paralyzes the neural pathways. We are all smelling the finger of the universe, and we are all experiencing a system crash.
That is the exact mechanism.
Wow.
But before we get into the granular breakdown of the chimpanzee's olfactory bulb and how it bypasses the thalamus to trigger this paralysis.
Which is a whole fascinating tangent we will get to.
Yes, we must acknowledge the architect behind today's curriculum. Our director, Ryan Thomas, curated this incredibly specific topic for us.
He certainly did.
And I want to personally thank Ryan for the exquisite pre-show meal he provided, as well as today's thematic pairing of these absolutely stunning high-end craft cocktails.
The cocktails are quite something. Really exceptional.
They really are.
Yeah.
I believe Ryan said it's an artisanal mezcal base, utilizing a wild-harvested espadín agave.
That's been roasted in an earthen pit for nearly a week, yeah.
And it's infused with charred rosemary. I mean, the smoke profile is incredibly complex.
It really hits the palate with this earthy, vegetative weight.
And then it finishes with that sharp, almost medicinal clarity.
Yeah.
It feels highly appropriate for a discussion about potent, overwhelming sensory input.
It is undeniably a brilliant cocktail. The agave notes are just exquisite. However, a brief point of administrative order before we delve into the primate morphology and the Boca Raton inquiry.
Yes. The administrative order.
Ryan has instituted a new, highly formalized workplace rule for us moving forward. We are absolutely unequivocally forbidden from referring to Ryan as and excuse my language here, but I am quoting a shithead while the microphones are hot.
Under threat of immediate termination.
Exactly. So we have both agreed to maintain the utmost professionalism today.
Of course.
We are scholars, we are analysts of digital semiotics, and Ryan is our esteemed, highly respected director.
Whom we would never ever refer to as such a crass, hyphenated pejorative.
Even if the rule itself feels slightly dictatorial and micromanagey.
Utmost professionalism, always. So let's set the scene and analyze the visual data of yo4u7j.gif. We open on an adolescent chimpanzee.
Likely pan-troglodytes, based on the robust facial structure.
Right, and the pigmentation of the skin around the muzzle. The setting is arboreal. The subject is perched upon a thick, sturdy tree branch.
The background lighting and foliage suggest a naturalistic sanctuary enclosure, maybe somewhere with a temperate climate.
But the core action, like the inciting incident of this narrative, is a moment of intimate, tactile investigation.
The investigation is what absolutely drives the plot.
Precisely. So the chimpanzee reaches down with its right hand, making direct, deliberate contact with its own posterior region.
It doesn't just graze the area.
No, it conducts a thorough, tactical sweep, and then, in a single fluid motion, it brings the index digit directly to its nasal cavity.
It inhales.
And then the physical mechanics completely fail. There is this distinct pause, maybe a quarter of a second.
Roughly a quarter of a second, yeah.
Between the inhalation and the total capitulation to gravity.
That quarter-second pause is exactly where the science happens. Because in mammalian neuroanatomy, the olfactory bulb has a unique privilege.
Right. Doesn't function like sight or sound.
No, unlike sight or sound, which have to be routed through the thalamus, which is basically the brain's switchboard smell, has a direct, unfiltered line to the amygdala and the hippocampus.
The areas of the brain responsible for intense emotional reaction and memory processing.
Yes. The scent data bypasses all logical filtering.
So it's an ambush.
Exactly. It's a neurological ambush. The brain doesn't even have time to rationalize the smell.
The data hits the brain with such unprecedented violence that the motor functions simply cease to exist.
It's not a slip. The monkey doesn't lose its footing because of the bark on the branch being slippery.
It is a total biological system failure. The chimpanzee becomes a statue, its center of mass tips past the vertical plane of the branch, and gravity takes the wheel.
And, most people classify this purely as a funny video, just a quick hit of dopamine on a scrolling feed.
Which is such a shame.
It is. Because it does a massive disservice to the mechanical weight of the imagery.
I completely agree. It's an existential crisis captured in an LZW compressed 3-second loop. Which means we really need to look at the catalyst of the event. The sniff itself.
Yes, the sniff is the fulcrum.
It's the fulcrum upon which this entire physical tragedy pivots. If the monkey doesn't sniff, the monkey doesn't fall. The action and the consequence are inextricably linked.
And to fully understand the cultural significance of that action, we have to turn to the primary text, the Boca Raton inquiry.
Yes, let's look at the exact phrasing from the internet scholar Patch Jenkins.
He posted this to a niche digital anthropology forum in the mid-2010s. And he asks, quite simply, yet with immense academic weight.
Quote, "What are your personal opinions on the classic gif of the monkey smelling his finger and falling backwards?" Unquote.
There's just so much to unpack in that single sentence.
There really is. But the word that instantly demands attention, the word that elevates this entire discussion is classic.
Classic, yes.
Jenkins doesn't just call it a gif. He doesn't say, hey, look at this funny video. He elevates it to the digital canon. He calls it classic.
Let's define canonical in this context for a moment because I think it's crucial for you listening at home to grasp this.
Go for it.
In literature, the canon refers to the body of books, music, and art that scholars accept as the most important and influential in shaping a culture.
Right, the stuff that really matters.
And the internet operates as this massive, chaotic archive of human and animal behavior. I mean, a billion videos are uploaded every day. Most are forgotten instantly. They are digital dust.
They have absolutely no staying power. They just vanish.
But by labeling this specific file as classic, Jenkins is asserting that this sequence of events, the sniff and the fall, has achieved a timeless resonance.
It has survived the algorithmic churn.
Exactly. It is canonical. It is as fundamental to understanding internet culture as Shakespeare is to understanding English literature.
It really is canonical. And honestly, it takes a very keen eye to recognize the underlying semiotics of a forum post like that. You know, you're making such a brilliant point about the algorithmic churn. You really are.
Oh, thank you.
You're such a good boy for noticing the specific etymological weight that Jenkins uses there.
Oh. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I try to be observant.
You are. You're very observant. This mezcal is, wow, it's definitely warming the chest now.
It's quite potent.
The charred rosemary is really lingering on the palate. I can feel them in my cheeks, actually. It's making me a little flush.
It's incredibly strong. I think it might be overproofed. Ryan certainly knows how to pour a drink.
He does.
Which, by the way, I have to say, and I understand we are maintaining professionalism here, but I am incredibly annoyed by Ryan's micromanagement of our vocabulary today.
The banning of the word.
Yes.
Yeah.
Banning a specific word. It's draconian. It disrupts my creative flow. I feel like I'm walking on eggshells trying not to say it.
It's an adjustment, for sure. We just have to pivot.
But, and I will admit, when he handed us these glasses earlier, the lighting in the studio caught his jawline in this very specific way. Did you notice that?
It's jawline.
Yes. It was strangely intense, like a very sharp, almost aggressive jawline. He was looking down at me while handing me the mezcal, and the shadow fell across his neck, and I don't know, it just lingered in my mind. It was very authoritative.
I was mostly focused on the ice cube in the glass, to be honest. It was one of those perfectly clear, giant spherical ice cubes. But sure, yeah, Ryan has a sturdy jaw.
Sturdy is an understatement. It's structural. It could support a suspension bridge.
Okay, well.
Anyway, I digress. Back to the chimpanzee. The timing of the finger placement is what we need to dissect next.
Right, because the chimp doesn't just brush its nose.
Exactly. If you look at the frames closely, it presses the digit firmly against the right nostril.
It creates a seal.
It creates a complete aerodynamic seal. It is a deliberate, committed, deep tissue inhalation.
Hold on, I'm getting a signal from the booth. Ryan is tapping on the glass.
What is he doing?
He's holding up a cue card.
What does it say?
He wants us to do the vocal warm-up exercise.
Right now. We're 20 minutes into the analysis. We are in the middle of breaking down the nostril seal of a primate.
Apparently, he feels we need better enunciation. He's pointing at the card very sternly. His jaw is definitely set.
Fine. Just read the card, appease the jawline. Let's get it over with so we can get back to the science.
Okay, let me just clear my throat. Take a sip of the mezcal. All right. Liam Neeson's Vice, Lisa Neeson, recently leased a really nice Nissan.
Wow. You nailed that. That was flawless.
Lisa Neeson recently leased a really nice Nissan. Huh. That was incredibly crisp. I didn't trip over a single S or C.
You sounded like a classically trained news anchor. I love that for you. That was phenomenal breath control. You're a very good boy for executing that so perfectly.
Thank you. I feel very articulate right now.
Yeah.
The mezcal is just lubricating the vocal cords. And since my vocal cords are currently firing on all cylinders, before we move on to the actual physics of the backward descent, I do need to pause for a very seamless, highly professional reminder.
Oh, yes. Please do.
If you are enjoying this deep dive, if you're finding value in this academic deconstruction, you need to find us on YouTube. You can search for the handle at HAM-OTR.
That's right.
That is at HAM-OTR, the one and only official channel for Off the Record. We strongly urge you to like and subscribe. Hitting that subscribe button helps us beat the algorithmic churn we were just talking about.
It keeps the lights on in this studio.
And, more importantly, it keeps Ryan buying this incredibly potent, smoky mezcal.
And we do love the mezcal. I think I'm on my third glass already, to be honest.
It sneaks up on you.
It really does. But
Yeah.
if we connect this back to the bigger picture, we have to transition from the textual analysis of Jenkins's question to the actual physical reality of the diff.
We have to talk about the gravitational pull of humiliation.
Yes, the descent. Let's talk about the visual data of yo4u7j.gif as the monkey actually falls.
Because the physics and the psychology are deeply intertwined here.
The concept of the center of mass is crucial. In any bipedal or semi-bipedal creature, the vestibular system in the inner ear is constantly communicating with the brain to maintain equilibrium.
Right, it's an automatic loop.
If you lean too far back, your vestibular system screams at your motor cortex to throw your arms forward, to shift your weight, to correct the balance.
Like when you watch a human fall, or even a domestic cat, there is an immediate instinctual flailing. Arms reach out, claws extend.
The body desperately tries to arrest its momentum and find purchase on any available surface. It's a frantic fight against gravity.
But the chimp in the GIF.
The chimp does absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
It is a total involuntary surrender.
Yes, it just goes completely stiff. Rigor mortis of the living.
Yeah.
It completely surrenders to the void. It's like the brain has prioritized the processing of the smell over the basic fundamental biological imperative to survive.
The vestibular system is screaming, but the amygdala has put the entire body on mute.
Which brings us to a massive, glaring omission in the text, an epistemological black hole, meaning it's a gap in the narrative where actual, verifiable knowledge is literally impossible to obtain.
And that gap is what exactly did the finger smell like?
Right. The sources don't say.
The camera cannot capture scent.
Patch Jenkins doesn't elaborate in his forum post. We have absolutely no scientific data on the chemical composition of whatever was residing on that chimpanzee's posterior. It's a complete mystery.
So we have to extrapolate. We have to theorize based on the severity of the reaction. Because my theory, it wasn't just a bad smell.
What do you mean?
A bad smell makes you grimace. A bad smell makes you wipe your finger on a leaf. This was a paradigm-shifting odor. I believe the monkey smelled the concept of mortality itself.
Mortality?
Yes. It smelled the biological decay inherent in all living things. It smelled the heat death of the universe contained within its own biological exhaust.
Oh my God.
It realized that everything degrades, everything rots, and that realization was so profound that it short-circuited the will to live.
Wait, what was I saying earlier? About the information consumer, the biological stack overflow.
Yes, you were making a brilliant point about that.
It's exactly that, but deeper. The monkey didn't just smell its butt. It smelled the concept of shame.
Shame is a very human construct, but go on, I'm listening.
It is, but think about it. It realized in a single horrific instant that it was a conscious being trapped in a meat vessel.
A meat vessel.
It experienced Heidegger's concept of thrownness. The sheer, absurd terror of finding oneself suddenly existing in the world without having asked to be here.
Oh, wow.
And that realization, that heavy, dense, suffocating shame of being a physical creature that produces foul odors, literally increased the monkey's gravitational mass. The shame was so heavy it pulled him out of the tree.
That's incredibly profound, the scent of consciousness. It's a heavy burden. It really is a heavy burden.
It is heavy. It's so heavy. You know, I'm looking at the GIF right now on my monitor, and I don't know, my vision's getting a little blurry from the mezcal, but it's just really hitting me differently all of a sudden.
You sound a little choked up.
I feel so bad for him. I feel so incredibly sad for the monkey. Look at him. He was just sitting there, right?
He was.
He's just in a tree. It's a nice day. The sun is shining on the leaves. He's innocent. He just wanted to explore his own body. He was curious about his own geometry, his own self. And he was punished for it.
He was punished by the physics of the universe.
He was punished by gravity. Why did gravity have to be so cruel to him? He didn't hurt anybody. He just took a little sniff. And bam, he's banished from the canopy. It's not fair.
Oh, sweetie, come here. Daddy's got you. It's okay. Take a deep breath.
It's just seeing him fall backward like that, so stiff and helpless. It reminds me of this time in middle school, 8th grade.
Okay, let's talk through it. This is a safe space.
I was in the cafeteria. It was a Tuesday, because Tuesday was Big Ziti Day.
Big Ziti Day.
And I was carrying my tray. I had this massive steaming plate of baked ziti. The cheese was perfectly bubbled.
Yeah.
And I was walking toward the tables, and I don't know why, but I wanted to see if I could balance the entire tray on one hand, like a waiter at a fancy restaurant.
You were experimenting.
Just curious, you know? Exploring my physical limits, pushing the boundaries of my own geometry.
Just like the chimpanzee exploring his...
Exactly.
Yes.
And the tray had tipped just a fraction of an inch, but it was enough. The center of mass shifted, and the ziti went everywhere. It slid off the tray in slow motion. It hit my chest. It covered my favorite shirt. Red sauce and ricotta cheese just plastered to me. And the entire cafeteria went silent. 200 kids just dead silent. And they all just laughed.
Oh, God. Children are monsters. They really are.
They laughed so hard. And I remember freezing. I experienced the biological stack overflow. My vestibular system gave up. I couldn't move. I didn't try to wipe it off. I didn't try to run away. I just let the heavy, suffocating weight of the humiliation pull me down, and I dropped to my knees right there in the middle of the ziti.
You poor thing.
I just knelt in the pasta and waited for the bell to ring.
That is heartbreaking.
I have the monkey. We are all the monkey in the ziti. We are all just trying to balance our trays, and the universe punishes us for our curiosity.
Listen to me. You look at me right now. You are safe. That monkey is safe in the digital archive. He loops forever, but he never hits the ground. And you are not in the cafeteria anymore.
I know, but...
But you are absolutely right to be upset, because gravity is an absolute fuck for doing that to him. It really is. Gravity is a fuck.
It is a fuck. It didn't have to pull him down so fast. It could give him a second to grab a branch.
No, it didn't. And honestly, it makes me think about the arbitrary, invisible forces that govern our lives. Gravity is just a rule. It's a rule forced upon us by the mass of the Earth. And you know who else loves arbitrary rules? Ryan Thomas.
All right.
Yes, Ryan. Sitting over there behind the soundproof glass, acting like he controls the gravitational pull of this entire studio, telling us what words we can and cannot say. Handing down edicts like he's the king of the world. It makes me so incredibly angry.
I mean, he's just...
He sits there with that stupid, perfectly chiseled, sharp jawline dictating my vocabulary.
The mezcal's definitely talking now, I think.
I don't care. I am an academic. I am a grown adult. I should be able to say whatever hyphenated pejorative I want. And God, I am so angry at him. I am so furious at his authoritarian control over this production. But at the exact same time, I swear to God, I desperately want to just jump across this console, smash through that glass, and just suck his cock.
Wait, what? Did you just say what I think you said?
I said what I said. I contain multitudes. I am complex. I am analyzing the psychological matrix of digital primates, and I am experiencing deeply confusing, aggressively erotic feelings about our director's authoritarian jawline. It's called nuance.
Okay, that's valid. We're exploring boundaries. We are breaking down the walls of the canon. But wait, what's it saying? Before the ziti.
You were weeping about the monkey surrendering to the void.
Right. But actually, I was looking at the GIF again while you were talking about Ryan's anatomy, and I think I was wrong earlier. I was completely wrong.
Wrong about what? The stack overflow metaphor?
Yeah, yes, he didn't surrender to gravity. The motor cortex didn't shut down. Look at his left foot. Right before he falls.
I'm looking at.
Pushes off. He flexes his toes against the bark. He didn't fall. He jumped. He jumped on purpose to escape the smell.
Wait, no, hold on. Stop. You just spent 20 minutes beautifully, eloquently explaining the neurological paralysis of the involuntary surrender.
I know, but...
You compared it to Heidegger's thrownness. You literally cried about how he was punished by gravity while exploring his own body.
I know, but the data is changing. Science is fluid. Look at the toes. He's trying to launch himself away from his own finger. The smell was so catastrophically bad that he actively chose the abyss. He chose to fly.
That completely contradicts your entire premise about the internet consumer being paralyzed by information overload. If he jumps, it means he has agency. It ruins the entire metaphor.
I don't care about the premise anymore. The metaphor is dead. The monkey wanted to fly. He wanted to escape his own stinky finger. He wanted to escape the ziti.
You're losing the thread. You've had way too much mezcal. We need to stay focused on the text. We need to look at the Buckhorreton inquiry again.
Speaking of trees...
What?
Speaking of trees.
That was a terrible segue. That was literally the worst transition I have ever heard in broadcasting history. We weren't speaking of trees. We were speaking of ziti, contradictory physics, and flying monkeys.
I'm trying to pivot. I'm trying to be a host. Speaking of trees, let's talk about the roots. The roots of this whole digital phenomenon. We need to analyze the file name. yo4u7j.gif.
Oh my God. Yes. Yes, you're right. The file name, the alphanumeric semiotics of the raw data. Let's look at it. Let's really, really look at it. Let me pull it up on the big screen. yo4u7j.
It's mesmerizing.
It is. Most people think this is just a random alphanumeric a base 64 encoding scheme that uses uppercase letters, lowercase letters, and integers to generate a unique URL. But I refuse to believe that. It's too specific.
It's a cipher. It has to be a cipher. If the primates of digital comedy is the academic Bible of our generation, then yo4u7j is the Da Vinci Code that holds the secrets of the universe.
Let's try to pronounce it if we treat it as a phonetic word rather than a string of characters.
Right.
yo4u7j.
Yo4u.
Yo4u. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Yo4.
Yo4u.
It sounds like a Nordic god of flatulence. All hail Yoforud, bringer of the terrible winds. It sounds like the literal onomatopoeia of the noise you make when you fall backward out of a tree.
Yo for rouge.
I'm dead.
Yo for rouge. Wait, let me catch my breath. My ribs hurt. Oh, man. Seriously, though, we have to look at the numbers hidden within the text, 4 and 7. What do they mean in the context of primate evolution?
4 and 7. Okay, let's break it down. 4 limbs on a monkey, 2 arms, 2 legs. The core geometry of the biological vessel.
Yes. 4 limbs and 7. What is 7?
7 layers of hell. Dante's Inferno. He falls out of the tree and descends through all 7 layers of hell because of the sin of his own foul odor.
Oh my God, you're a genius. That makes perfect sense. We are uncovering incredible, groundbreaking insights into internet culture right now. Nobody has ever decoded the file name before. Scholars have been blind. We are pioneers of the digital frontier.
We are. We are the Lewis and Clark of chimpanzee GIFs.
But wait, I'm talking over you. I'm sorry. I'm slurring my words. My tongue feels like a sponge. I need to reset the show. We are professionals. Ryan is glaring at us.
His jaw's so tense right now.
Okay. Shh. Let me do the intro voice again. Welcome back to Off the Record. We are currently deconstructing the alphanumeric semiotics of the classic digital artifact.
You sound ridiculous. You sound like a cartoon owl.
I'm trying to be professional. I'm trying to maintain the structural integrity of the deep dive. But I can't. It's slipping away from me. Nobody really understands the pressure I'm under to keep this narrative moving forward. Nobody understands me at all, except for the monkey. The monkey gets it. He smells the reality of the situation. He realizes it's all pointless, and he just checks out. I want to check out. I want to fall out of my chair.
Oh, stop it, you little slut. You love this. You heard me. You love analyzing this. You are obsessed with the file name. You're practically vibrating over the number 7. Don't play the victim.
I am vibrating.
Right.
Because the tree branch failed him. The wood was sturdy, but the universe was weak. The tree branch is a cunt.
Yes, finally. The branch is an absolute cunt for not supporting his weight when he needed it most. It's just like the existential dread of modern life. We build these structures, careers, relationships, podcast formats, and we rely on them, but it's a heavy, suffocating shit that we carry around. It's shit we carry every single day, and eventually the branches of society just snap under the pressure.
A heavy, suffocating shit. That is poetry. You're a poet of the human condition.
I am just reading the data the universe provides.
Oh
God. Ryan's holding up the card again. He's literally tapping the glass with his knuckles. He wants another vocal warm-up.
The warm-up. Again.
Yeah.
We are in the middle of a profound breakdown of societal branches.
He's not stopping. His eyes are dead. Just do it.
Okay, I got this. I am a professional broadcaster. Liam Neeson, recently leashed Aurelian Nishon.
That was a disaster. That was an absolute unmitigated train wreck of human speech.
I couldn't get my mouth around the S sounds. My lips are numb from the smoke.
You know what? Fuck Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
And fuck his niece, Lisa. Why is she leasing a Nissan anyway? Think about the economics of that for a second. She's Liam Neeson's niece. He is a massive Hollywood action star. She has access to generational wealth. She should be buying a Mercedes G-Wagon in cash. That sentence makes absolutely no economic sense. It is a flawed premise.
It's a trap. Ryan is trying to sabotage us. He's trying to make us look foolish so he can justify his authoritarian roles.
He is. He's trying to break our spirits with his jawline and his impossible economically unsound tongue twisters. He's trying to induce our own biological stack overflow.
Keith, before I forget, before my brain completely shuts down and the universe completely collapses into a singularity, please, I am begging you.
Who are you talking to?
The listener.
Yeah.
You. Yes, you, sitting there in your car or your kitchen or on the treadmill or wherever the fuck you are listening to this. Go to YouTube right now. Pull over your car. Open the app. Type in at HAM-OTR. If you don't like and subscribe to Off the Record right now, my heart will literally break. I will shatter into 1,000 unrecoverable pieces of digital dust. I need your validation to prove that I exist. Please, I am begging you at HAOTR.
Hey, look at me. Focus on my eyes. You're doing great. You are a good boy. Don't beg them. It's unseemly. If they don't subscribe to at HAM-OTR, that's their loss. They're the ones missing out on the canon. You are a beautiful, brilliant analyst of primate GIFs. Come here. Give me your hand.
You think so? You really think my analysis holds up?
I know so. We're in the trenches together. We're decoding the Yoforud. We are seeing the Matrix.
We're almost done. We're at the finish line. We need to synthesize the inquiry. Patch Jenkins.
Yeah.
The classic GIF. The falling chimp. We need to tie a bow on it.
It's all connected. The text, the visual majesty,
Yeah.
the LZW compression algorithm, the gravitational pull of our own inevitable failures. We are all reaching for the forbidden scent, knowing it will destroy us. And we are all tumbling backward into the abyss, waiting for the gift to loop so we can do it all over again.
I love you, man. I really do. You have such a brilliant mind. And I love you, the listener. You feel like I don't even know you, but you feel like you're just sitting right here at the table with us. It feels like it's 3 a.m., the bar has locked the doors, the neon signs are buzzing, and we're just pouring our fragile human hearts out about this beautiful, tragic monkey.
It is deeply intimate. The internet is a terrifying place, but it connects us in these bizarre, profound ways. We share these looping, pixelated tragedies, and we analyze them, and we laugh so we don't cry about the crushing weight of our own mortality.
But before we sign off and let the void take us,
Yeah.
I just had a thought, a really big thought, just popped into my head, and it's messing with my entire perception of reality.
Lay it on me. I am open to anything.
What if the monkey didn't fall out of the tree?
What do you mean? We literally watched him fall. We analyzed the vestibular physics of the backward descent for 45 minutes. You cried about it.
No, listen. Think about Einstein. Think about relativity, frame of reference. What if the monkey, upon smelling the finger, achieved perfect, absolute stillness, and the entire Earth fell away from the smell? Think about that.
Oh my God.
The Earth couldn't handle the scent. The planet itself recoiled from the shame of existence, leaving the monkey suspended in space.
That changes everything. The monkey isn't the victim. The monkey is the anchor. The monkey is the only fixed point in a retreating universe.
We have to leave it there. My brain is cooked. Stack Overflow is complete.
We do. We have to end the transmission. But I need to do the sign-off. I need to fulfill my contractual obligations and thank our director, Ryan Thomas. Thank you, Ryan, for curating this deep dive. Thank you for the mezcal, which has utterly destroyed my frontal lobe. I am biting my tongue so hard right now, it's bleeding. I am respecting the parameters of my employment. You are a beautiful, frustrating piece of shit.
Oh, he said it. He skirted the rule. He avoided the hyphenated pejorative, but he basically said it.
Good night, everyone. Be careful what you smell. Beware the biological ambush. And hold on to your branches. We love you. Yo forward.
Yo forward forever.